Alright, back out again, running around like crazy.
So, like I was saying about Skyrim, the quest line for the Civil War is like. Let me actually look up how many quests it is, because it feels like it's 10 or less quests.
Well, I mean,
it's not that many. I know.
Here's the thing with Skyrim. Like, I don't like Skyrim. I'll be honest. It does several things. It does exploration really well. I'll give it that. It does narrative, bad and good depending on what you're looking for and
4 out of
where.
10.
Yeah, 4 out of 10. I'll give it a 5 out of 10 because some of it's good, some of it's bad, but it's too scattered. In my mind, that's my opinion.
No, I can agree with that.
Combat severely lacking, in my opinion. It's
yeah.
I wouldn't say lacking, just oversimplified.
It's kind of lacking. Like very.
The combat system really has not changed between the games.
Yeah.
It all starts off the exact same way, and in Skyrim, it's largely this: you break out, you start exploring the world, and your level is piss poor. There's nothing you can do, and eventually you come to regret your ability to explore when a fucking frost troll pins you up against a mountain and starts beating your face in.
Yeah.
Are we talking about?
So I just looked it up, by the way, for the Civil War quest. For the Imperial side, it's 12 quests, and for the other side, it's 7.
What I'm saying is that it's not very.
It's 12 quests long, and all it does is change what color guards are walking around.
Yeah, so that's kind of weak.
Oh wait, I found it.
Yeah, I was just to say, I think we just found it, Chris.
Where?
The 2 falling past. Take the one on the left, the bigger one.
I thought you said you went down both of them.
I thought I did too.
He probably went down the same one twice.
But
I don't know. I don't like Skyrim. I think
the exploration thing.
Here's the thing, real quick. The exploration is. I'm gonna argue with that no matter what you say with that. But the thing with me is that I'm a numbers guy, so I like the higher numbers. So I go with the 2-handed weapons because that's got the higher number value.
Okay. See, I like speed and I basically play Skyrim like I play Monster Hunter. I like a lot of attacks in a little amount of time, even if they don't do a lot of collective damage. So I use one-handed weapons, and I usually double up on them.
Yeah. So
I usually go with like consistent and also utilitarian stuff.
well, here's the thing: if you haven't used 2-handed weapons, it's very boring because you have 3 swings, and most of the time you're going to kill things in 2 or 3 hits, depending. Sometimes 1, depending on how strong your weapon is.
See, that's why I like playing as the sneaky roguish character, because 1, if you max out your sneak, you can essentially become a god very early on, and 2, there are a few things in that game as satisfying as sneaking up behind somebody, doing that throat slit animation, and listening to their body hit the floor with that dull thud.
I do like the ragdoll mechanics, but that's not hard to make, and a lot of games have that.
It's not so much the ragdoll mechanics. I'm sure it's part of this pre-rendered cinematic. But when you slit their throat, they just fall to the ground with this dull thud, and I think it's only if they're wearing heavy armor, but the sound that accompanies that is one of the most entertaining things I think I've ever heard in gaming.
I definitely do have to say though, I actually want to give a negative to the amount of exploration you can do, just because it's literally so open-ended.
I think they did that on purpose.
That's intentional, and that's to elongate the game. That's opinion based. I'm gonna say
no. Like in my opinion, I think they should have. Like I'm saying, it's too much all at once because you can literally go from
that's fair
to any place.
That's fair.
Because old Bethesda knows what they're doing in that regard, because they did it with Oblivion too, I'm aware of. But they basically make it for replayability's sake. Like, you'll find something one playthrough that you didn't see or didn't notice previous.
Yeah, so I think
it's one thing I still do believe is a little bit of a negative, because Oblivion, it's a little bit smaller world, so there is less stuff there.
Right.
But it's the amount of things that you can, like, from the start, once you leave Helgen, or if you use the start of Another Life, you get out, and now you are literally free to do whatever you want. Yeah. So now you're stuck with this choice of, what am I going to do?
I think what they could have done better to kind of lead you along.
Maybe a staged progression of like areas unlocked.
No, what I was going to say was if within the town, because some people like to talk to all the NPCs and stuff, or you could have put like a wanted board for like the Thieves Guild and stuff around to make it like, oh, there are these other things for other places. Like, I think if you did that, it would have been a little better.
Have an actual quest board.
Well, not necessarily a quest board. That's not. Which you could do that. You could do that.
I think the quest board would work fine, especially for areas like the Thieves Guild, the Assassins.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that you don't necessarily need that. I think if you want to make it more feel like a world, though,
I mean, you
then
can also just do it for like all the various holds instead of just like going up all the way to the Jarl, see his steward, and say, "Hey, you got a job for me?"
Well, what I don't like, and I understand this is, to further emphasize the fact that at the time of playing, Skyrim is a divided province or city-state or whatever you want to call it. But I don't like how you can basically murder the entire population of Whiterun and then flee over to Falkreath and be okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, news has to travel, and it's old age technology, so.
Yeah.
No,
Well, like,
even
I
then-
know, I understand news has to travel, but like, no matter how many in-game days you leave it for, you could be a mass murderer in Whiterun and not have a single like gold coin worth of bounty on your head in Falkreath because the holds track their crimes separately.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that
I think what would have helped. Well, MJ, sorry, I don't mean to.
that you. I was just gonna say that my biggest problem is that there really never seems to be a consequence for any of your actions.
That's also true.
Because-
The game's very forgiving.
which really sucks in the long run, in my opinion, because it ends up with something like, oh, like Chris said, like, you go around and you just start murdering people. Like, even if there's no bodies, they'll still eventually figure out, okay, someone's doing this, and we'll figure out who, like in real life wise. You know,
And eventually, I'm pretty
if
sure
you start
the-
murdering all of the Thalmor, people
Wait.
like escorting Nords away, then eventually they're going to be like, okay, well,
See,
something's
I
happening.
wish they did more with that, because like every time I go, or most times I go with the Civil War, I side with the Stormcloaks because while I'm not the biggest fan of religion, I also don't like people who suppress it. But I wish they did more with the Thalmor Justiciars, like you said, guiding the Thalmor worshippers away as prisoners. Like, I wish after you kill a certain amount of them, like the guys you saved amount some kind of resistance movement or something.
Like, to be honest, no matter how many people you save, you don't really get anything out of it. And on top of that, even though you are literally the one doing all of the work for one of these factions, there's never any sense of you're moving up in the faction at all.
All right, I got the
Yeah.
key. Deadlock, the key's on
Well,
the
like-
table.
Okay,
Like,
I'm just getting here.
Like Thieves Guild, for instance, MJ. First
Yeah.
of all, I found that very predictable because they paint Mercer Frey as too big a dickhead early on to not be the bad guy.
They do that a lot
his
in that
little
game.
His little
Second-
first thing is, why don't you put this over there and get this guy in trouble? That would be
Yeah.
fun, wouldn't it?
Like second, and like I see what you're saying with the like. There's no real progression or rise from neophyte to, in this case, guildmaster,
Yeah.
because really the way that transitions is you start to know too much. Mercer tries to save you. Mercer tries to kill you. Carlia saves you. You get roped into all that Nightingale nonsense, and then the whole reason you get elected guildmaster is because Carlia is technically still a bit of a pariah, and Brynjolf has no interest in being the boss.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're the only Nightingale, who actually wants to do this. Why don't you be the guildmaster? Like, I've been here for 2 days, dude.
Yeah, I've been here
Doesn't
for
mean
2
you
days and
just
I've done all of your
quest
stuff.
done.
But in general, it's just there is no scale of progression to anything.
Here's another problem that I just came up with. There's not many memorable set pieces and characters in my mind.
What is, for those of us uninitiated, what is a set piece?
Set piece is like a place that's very stands out. Like there's something like if
can
you're in a
also be an
room,
event.
say you're in a very gray room, but there's like a yellow pillar. That pillar stands out. That is a set piece.
It depends on the person playing, because there are a lot of locations that really have no place in the narrative that aren't mentioned at all that I personally find appealing.
Personally, the last room in Bleak Falls Barrow.
Oh, I'm not even talking about dungeons. I'm talking just like Deadlock. Do you remember the volcanic craglands in Eastmarch?
In Eastmarch. That's with all like the hot spring kind of places, right?
Right. Yeah. And there's those 3 Nords or 2 Nords and a Red Guard. that
God,
are
this
just
place.
out for a
Real
day
quick,
at the
sorry.
Hot Springs.
I just want to complain. This mansion is really annoying.
The random encounters are the annoying thing.
No, it's the fuck. I have to keep switching these switches back and forth. It's really tedious.
Oh
Wait a
shit.
minute. Wait a minute. Why am I doing this when I could just use an escape rope?
I tried that already. You can't.
On a complete side note,
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
why
gonna
this
drop
game gives you escape ropes. They're fucking useless.
On
Anyway.
a side note, I'm going to drop it down in art post, but someone did a really nice Angel Woman cosplay.
I want to see this.
Huh. Yeah, it's actually a pretty good one.
Jesus Christ, that is right. I know it's intentional, but Jesus.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
That is by no means bad. That is not bad at all.
I don't know if I could post that in the video.
It's fine.
Gotta make sure to link the person.
You can
if I
always
do.
just link it in the description.
I could do that. I gotta make sure.
Yeah, just like I think as long as you give credit where credit's due these days, it's.
I feel like you should always give credit.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
like, that's...
Unless you like literally cannot find who it is. You should always try to give credit.
Speaking of which, have you been? No, probably not.
Hmm?
Linking the site that I use to make the maps in D&D in your video descriptions.
I have not. I've been putting you in the description for my thumbnails for the ones that you've made.
I go on a specific site to make the map of Loviana, and the only stipulation that the owner of the site has is like you can make your shit, you can post your shit or like make your maps, post your maps for whatever you want. Just make sure you credit the site.
All right. Well, then I didn't know that he wanted credit for that. So I'll start putting them in the descriptions.
He, she, they. I don't know what they are or identify as.
Wait, how does this door open up here?
But
You have to turn the switch on back downstairs.
I guess yeah. This is a video completely unrelated to D&D, but I guess just to plug it here, that is rollforfantasy.com.
All right. Can you send me a link to that at some point today, and I'll start putting that.
Yes, I will. I'll do it between videos.
Yeah, I'll start putting it in the description. We're just Deadlock's still stuck in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say actually we're waiting for Deadlock now, so I'll just do it now.
Yeah, the reason why is because I had to go back down the stairs, have a few more random encounters, and then crawl my way back up.
You see why I say this was tedious?
But what else is there that we can complain about for Skyrim?
Renegade does
I
not want to
think
leave me alone.
I think the graphics.
The lack of set pieces really, the lack of set pieces I do have to agree really does suck, especially because set pieces can even be like
Sometimes it can be something small.
events and stuff.
Yeah.
Like huge battle scenes, like the battle at Minas Tirith in Lord of the Rings. That's a set piece.
Yeah. Like I said, there's not very many memorable characters in my mind. The only ones I can think of are the King of Skyrim, and he has like, hey, you made it out. You might want to go heal if you haven't already.
Yeah.
You're talking about you're talking about Emperor Titus Mede.
Yeah, like he's
memorable
because
but not for a good reason.
He's memorable in the sense that he is a chill character that, from a like Dark Brotherhood assassin standpoint, I personally felt a little bad about killing.
Yes. The only other character I felt was iconic was Cicero, I think was his name.
Yes.
But that's
This
just
was
because
just like unlike any other character in the game.
Well,
Th-
fucking
that's-
shit, the door is locked. I grabbed the key.
I just walked right in. What the fuck?
yeah, but I do feel like Cicero gets the edge as being one of the.
Did you grab the key off the
Only,
table? Are you
like-
sure?
I did. I'm looking at my key items. It's the secret key, isn't it?
Hold on, where are my keys?
Did you turn the switch?
It was a secret key for me.
I'm looking right at it. Secret key, the key to the Cinnabar Islands Gym's front door.
Yellow
It is
blade,
colored-
red circle on it.
Yeah, I got that
Yeah.
too. What the hell?
Then why the fuck is it not letting me in?
You log?
You might, try logging out, and logging back in, see what happens. Huh, that's odd.
But
It's frustrating, is what it is.
Yeah, let me.
I really. Cicero only gets the advantage of being a memorable character because he's literally insane.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I also killed
And
him.
a jester.
Yeah, I also killed him because I didn't like him, but he's still memorable.
Dude, Cicero, how can you not like Cicero?
I didn't say I didn't like him. I
didn't
I'm
like
not
him.
talking to you, I was talking to Zach.
Yeah,
Oh.
I thought he was annoying, and I thought he was creepy, so I murdered him.
mean, you get to kill him in the end.
I know, so I killed him.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would think twice about having a friend like him in real life, but in the game, he's incredible.
Either way, I murdered him. He's gone.
What else?
All right, let's see. That should let you in now.
Thank fuck.
All right, just a little glitch is all it was. All right, answer the questions or battle the guy.
I'm just battling the guy.
Oh,
I don't really know anything off the top of my head, like any other characters off the top of my head, outside of like big named ones who were there and popped up because I am a very important character.
yeah. I think graphically the game still looks well, but it's obviously dated now.
I
was
would say
also
this,
like look at what we had to compare it to. The previous game in the installment was Oblivion. And compared to Oblivion, Skyrim looks like a masterpiece.
Yeah, but even then, I'd still say that Skyrim was dated in ways.
No, not back then. Back then, it looked pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
in
back
2000, in 2011, it was revolutionary.
And, you know, they still sell 100 copies of it. Like, from 100 different things, which I hate that. I hate that they shell it out as much as they do.
And, yeah, they keep attempting to push microtransactions.
I hate that people
That's
buy
another
it.
matter entirely.
That's a
Wait.
whole separate thing. That's not entirely
Wait,
Bethesda's
hold
fault.
on. In Skyrim they do?
Yeah, no, there was a... There were
Selling
basically
mods.
one of the... basically one of the mods they were trying to... One of their DLCs they were pushing for Skyrim was the survival mode, which was from Fallout 4, which was free in Fallout 4, but was also just a mod that they put into the game. A mod that someone made for free. And now they wanted you to pay for it in Skyrim because, ooh, look at this feature content for survival mode, when there's also a survival mode mod that's just actually better.
That's a little fucked up, and...
I mean, they
no.
also have the problem of a lot of the content they have for their Fallout 4 stuff is, like, for their Fallout 4 store or whatever it is just lower quality stuff on, like, mod workshops.
See, for, like, when it comes to microtransactions and shit like that, for, like, leave Skyrim alone. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the reason they made Elder Scrolls Online, because really, I don't, like, even World of Warcraft now, you could just pay money and boost to level 80 in a heartbeat.
Even Elder Scrolls Online, if I remember correctly, Elder Scrolls Online, like, I don't really even think they have that many, like, things.
They have
Right,
more.
sure.
They have more now. I mean, they just added a new DLC.
Let's see, oh wait, no,
But see, hold on, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you think there would be an Elder Scrolls game where microtransactions were prominent, it would be that one.
Ow. I don't know.
Yeah, no, so,
Like, that's really the only thing that keeps me from playing World of Warcraft is the fact that, like, I'd be the one guy who, like, tries to old school RPG it and actually get to the maximum level through hard work and grinding.
I mean, you can do that with the new World of Warcraft Classic, which is just day one World of Warcraft, really.
Because, see, what I really want, I don't want to say I'd kill to see it, because in the coming years we probably will, is something basically akin to The World from the Dot Hack series.
It would definitely be interesting.
Don't worry, I'm on
I
it.
think
You're just gonna make the world... You know what? I know what you can do, Zach.
I
but
can make
all
it
of your
the world,
scrolls-
though.
No, I was gonna say, you should totally just make, I don't know, Sword Art Online.
Shut up.
So that way we can make fun of you for your terrible game design.
well, really,
No,
you're-
that was not a hit at note, chat. That was no whoever's watching this. That was not a hit at Zach. That was a hit at how bad SAO's game design was. Outside of the part where you die.
I don't know.
How many questions are there?
I don't know,
A
there's-
million.
There's like 9.
Are you still fighting them?
I'm powering up the turtle. Yep.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
fought
found,
a
like,
few of the
'cause-
trainers, and then I just did some questions. I didn't feel like fighting them all.
Because that seems to be a thing, like in Sword Art Online. If you die in the game, you die in real life. The Dot Hack series, if you get killed by one of the 8 phase monsters, or
You go into a coma.
yeah, I think it's the 8 phase monsters, or one of the Kubia cores. Once Kubia becomes a thing, you fall into a coma. Digimon Cyber Sleuth, if you get attacked by a Data Eater in cyberspace, you fall into a coma in real life. Like, it's a very common
Because it's having the virtual world affect you in reality. Like, there's a blur between.
Don't burn
Well,
heal.
Cyber Sleuth actually did a decent job of explaining it, because, well, like, the game's been out for a while now, so I can discuss it without too many spoilers. They basically said that in a not-so-distant future, humans have basically digitized the human mind, and that is what the online consciousness is.
This person is a bibberal. How do you have that? Man. Actually, no. How did you catch that?
There's probably somewhere from the other region.
What the
Let's see
fuck?
though. To be honest though, Yeah, I don't know. It's in SAO. It's really bad. Even past like the game design, of the actual SAO series is really bad.
And see, I don't
Past-
maybe it's because I practice sword in real life. I don't so much mind that.
No. I'm talking like the actual in-game mechanics, not the sword fighting and stuff. That's actually a little different.
God damn it! I gotta. You guys might want to leave and get burn heals if you don't have them already.
I mean,
Will-O-Wisp.
I'm fine. I have full heals.
Famous last
I
word.
also just have some burn heals on me.
Yeah, I have some full heals and some full restores on me. I think I'm alright.
Not that I'm using physical moves anyways.
But like the only thing I didn't much care for about the series, MJ, obviously besides Fairy King Oberon, was
He was a rapist.
he was just fucking
Don't
weird.
talk about that one.
Hey, hate the character, not Todd Habercorn.
Todd Habercorn is great. He's done a lot of good roles.
Todd Habercorn.
Yeah,
is
no. I didn't.
fucking
I was
amazing.
hating. I was hating more the way that they wrote the
He does-
entire section of story there.
He works a lot with Watch Mojo right now.
Yeah, I love his videos with them.
I
But
think just 'cause
no,
it's
like
him.
for example, Chris, some of the problems with Sword Art Online's game design is the health bars for everyone are tucked away in the top left corner of your view, which is your eyeballs in this case. But
Right.
the problem is that can be blocked by your hair.
Well, see, they never
have to
do
be
a good
blocked by your
job.
hair. That's stupid.
Well, they never
Yeah.
do a good job of explaining, like, because you saw that in like I think it was the early first episode of Overlord 2, where like you could actually look around and see all of your heads-up displays, and it's implied that the world in Dot Hack is the same thing because all the controllers are those ones that are mounted over your eyes like a VR headset.
Yeah, but the difference with SAO is that since it's a full dive and you're basically all of your motor function, everything is turned off. You have a lot of problems in just the UI design where it's like, oh hey, you need to look up to the top left to see, how your friend's health bars are.
Listen, is that the
Right.
developer's
Or-
fault or is that the player's fault for buying a shitty
It's
game?
probably. Well, it's also
Seeing
probably
as the
just-
game technically would have never made a profit because they only sold like 10,000 copies. There's both sides.
Well, think of it this way: when SAO came out, VR was relatively new.
Yeah, it's
Actually, in SAO, I believe VR was like a massive thing at the time.
Are you talking about in their
Okay,
world or in
no,
our
no,
world? Because in our
no,
world, it
I'm
was
not.
very
Their
new.
world.
No, yeah, like in our world, it was new, or relatively so. Like the extent that we have it now, it was very, very new and conceptual when Sword Art Online was first released.
Because I think
Yeah,
the
but at the
Oculus
same
was
time-
out, but it was still in its early stages. So
Also, that
Right.
sounds very gimmicky.
Though on a defense, though I see where you're going with that. That it would have made no sense to have something like or basically the developers of the show would have not have known things that would have made good game design for VR. But the problem is this is bad game design for games. Period.
Right, but what I'm saying, a manga writer or an anime producer is by no means a game designer.
yeah, that's fair.
Well,
And
very
on top of-
true.
hold on,
I would
hold on.
still have them. I would still at least think that they would research the topic of which they're writing their story around.
Oh,
Well,
maybe
you could also
At least slightly.
you could apply that logic to a lot of manga and anime, though.
also true.
A lot
Like
less.
I understand you feel passionately about it, but that's also because you delve heavily in the video game community.
It's also exactly a fantasy, not necessarily
Well,
something.
no, just
we
for
do
the
with all
idea of
the-
how. No, I'm just talking from the level of common sense, Chris. Like, in VR, if your hair can block the health bars of you and your friends,
Okay, now
that seems like a
is-
design flaw.
But is there any point in the narrative where it actually says that happened?
Actually, yes, I believe there was. I have to go find it really quickly, but I believe that's actually something that came up.
All right, while
Then
you're doing
yes,
that, I'm gonna start the battle here with him.
Okay,
Mhm.
but yeah, if that's a thing, then yes, I can sign to what you're saying. That is horrible.
And that's only actually the minor gripe of what I was going to say. The rest of it is actually like the UI devised. Like in order to change equipment, you had to fully unequip everything and then re-equip everything with a new gear.
really the only thing I like having watched, and again, besides
That's gonna hurt. That's gonna
Goodbye.
hurt. No, I think it'll be all right.
Barely.
But one of the things I didn't much care for was that I don't like how Kirito and Asuna's relationship was forced on the audience.
To be honest, out of it's passable to a degree.
To
But
a degree,
definitely-
yes, it still felt forced.
It was definitely forced to a degree, but I could pass it. You know, it's not the out of all anime love stories, it's definitely not the worst.
Listen,
It
man's
it
just
is
wanted
by
his
no means
sandwich.
the worst. No, like you watch animes like My First Girlfriend is a Gyaru or
I watched
Godmother.
Mysterious Girlfriend X.
Okay,
We're not
see,
talking
that's
about that one there.
Right, but there's that one. There's Oremo, which we won't talk about. But there are some shitty couples in anime.
Oh, there are a lot of shitty.
Yeah, like Harley Quinn and the Joker. That was a bad joke,
That was a very bad joke.
but you got the point.
Even the Joker would be face palming at you right now.
Goku and Chi-Chi actually is a pretty bad relationship.
Yeah,
That's a horrible relationship.
I wouldn't say horrible. They still care. I mean, he still cares about her, but he's just not around.
He cares about her like he cares about everybody else. He views everybody as like a comrade in arms. The concept of a wife and child do not exist in Goku's brain.
They do not. I will not argue that point.
And at the risk of sounding elitist, the reason they don't is because he's a low class Saiyan. No, seriously. Like low class Saiyans, they are just genetically programmed to think the way that Goku does. The only reason Vegeta has like a concept of
He's a
wife
prince.
and child, yeah, he's a prince.
He was also a spoiled brat.
It's
Yeah.
not that he's a spoiled brat. It's that he actually has the concept of like creating progeny and being a like a decent spouse / king to his would-be wife, which is why he's a better husband and father to Bulma and Trunks than Goku is to Chi-Chi and his kids.
To be fair to Goku, though, he didn't actually have a mother growing up, and his
Neither did Vegeta.
To be fair, Vegeta didn't have any. Had to suffer
He
through
was growing
having
up
someone
under
for a
Frieza.
while.
Yeah, he grew up under Frieza's heel and Nappa's tutelage. That was really all he got.
Oh dear God, I forgot about that part.
Yeah, because his relationship with his father was virtually non-existent,
And
I
then
don't
his
think
father
mom-
got destroyed.
And I don't think his mother was ever in the picture. Like, I don't think Kasarva is really mentioned in anything.
I don't think she's ever shown in the anime.
I'm not even sure her name was actually Kasarva. That's
I'm not
just a
even sure she
popular-
had a name. You might have just made that shit up.
No, Kasarva's a popular fan name for her. I think it was originally coined by Masako X, but I don't know.
But that means she would have been mentioned.
It might just been something he made up.
Well, regardless, I like it, so that's what I call her.
I know he's gonna have an Arcanine, or not an Arcanine, a Magmar on this team, but he might have a
Having bit of
Magmortar.
trouble.
Huh?
You seem to be having a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, his Slowbro got KO'd.
Yeah,
I'm
it was much higher level than I expected, honestly.
Yeah, that Arcanine, I kind of ass-clapped your Slowbro.
Yeah, at least Slowbro got a good hit in.
Well, there's the Magmar.
I called that. It's probably gonna have Psychic, so look out for that, because I knew it can learn Psychic.
I knew it could learn extrasensory, but
It
No,
can.
it can learn Psychic.
Yeah, I can
Oh.
guarantee you, because I used it in my a
So
run.
did I.
Yeah, so
oh god, that's brick break.
that's intimidating.
Wow.
Yeah, you're.
All right, this is a hard switch.
I'm glad I'm not the only one having difficulty with gyms today.
Not really difficulty, but it's not
Honestly,
ideal.
after seeing what his Arcanine did to his Slowbro, I'm probably imagining something similar happening to my Starmie.
Well, just keep in mind, my Slowbro was like 10 levels lower.
I mean, yeah, but you're also a super wall defensively, and that still hit you.
Yeah,
like
but that's a
freak.
10 level difference.
And Arcanine is known for super high attack, so...
Yeah, and I'm a Starmie. I don't exactly have good defenses.
Why did you flamethrower a Magmar?
I want to see if it was going to do more damage than a wing attack.
Definitely not. You have definitely more power behind a wing attack than...
Yes.
Honestly, it did pretty much the same. It did not make much
No,
of a
it did a
difference.
bit more.
No, it did roughly the same.
Doesn't Charizard get Air Slash at a certain point?
Yeah, but he has not learned it yet.
Huh.
I actually missed what level that Charizard was.
Alright. I'm pretty sure I can one-hit KO it with the...
Well, now he's level dead. Hey, but he can one-hit KO you as
Oh,
well, so
shit.
be careful.
Here's the Ninetales.
This is not fun.
This is a nightmare scenario for the Metal Empress.
Ah, shit. I don't like that. I don't like this.
Lucky for you,
Neither
Ninetales is
should
more-
you.
I mean, lucky for you, Ninetales is more special, but nope, never mind.
Well, that's unlucky.
It's one fire move. It's all it needs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was hoping. That didn't.
That basically. That
All right, that's all right. That's all right. We're okay.
That did to Metal Empress what Signal Beam did to Sway.
What?
Yep.
Oh, that's a problem.
Oh, that is a big problem.
That is a very big problem.
Wish I'd have known it could learn that. Do I have a TM for Psyshock laying around anywhere?
Maybe.
All right, I'm faster than a Magmar, right?
Probably.
I'm not.
That is a fast Magmar.
Well, Magmar is faster than Magmortar.
It's like 95 though, right?
It's I don't know the exact numbers, but I do know.
Okay, I'm looking this up now. Just.
Magmortar. It's kind of like the Scyther and Scissor thing.
Ooh,
Magmortar
this is
slower, but stronger.
a little more intense than I expected.
He's about to brick break you.
Oh.
Let's see here.
All right, I can KO this right here with the body slam. As long as it's not a crit, and even if it's a crit, I should be okay.
Huh. Hitmonlee's slower than I thought it was. Okay, yeah, Magmar is faster than the Hitmonlee.
Well, it's not a problem anymore, I guess. Let's see what the last one is. Please be something weak. Oh, thank God.
A Growlithe.
Well, not a fan of that, but that's fine.
I mean, you say that, but why would you do that?
To get the heal off.
Ruby, here's a question. Can you risk putting it to sleep?
Or we could just heal up the Snorlax.
Yeah, I don't think Vileplume's surviving this.
If it does, I'll be amazed. Well,
Nope.
it's kind of what I expected. Alright.
Same.
It's alright. We're fine.
Kumbaya.
Give him the kumbaya.
Oh,
Wow,
I don't like
did
that.
nothing. I mean, that still did nothing.
Alright.
And that did a whole lot of something.
Oh, it's a crit. Jesus.
Yep. Kumba decided to sit down, watch his favorite Netflix show. Didn't realize there was a puppy on the couch. Rest in peace, Growlithe.
I think Arcanine's one of the options for one of my teams. Alright, well, Deadlock's next.
Yep, let's go. Let's see how this works.
Yeah, put your Steelix in first, see how that goes.
Who said it was a Steelix first?
Yeah, see, at least you're more evened out here. Oh, look, you got Sapphire. Chris, you need Emerald.
Is now a bad time to mention that Rapidash gets wild charge just like Arcanine does?
I'm hoping I'm faster than it.
You should be.
I am faster than
Starmie's pretty fast.
Yeah. That should be a kill. That is definitely a kill.
Alright. Again, it's a good. You're lucky it's proportionate in level. That Arcanine's gonna be a problem.
The Arcanine is what scares me the most.
Yeah, the Arcanine's definitely his strongest Pokemon. Its Magmar is gonna be a problem, but not for your Starmie.
Let's see what happens.
It kills to be the first one to battle it, doesn't it? 'Cause if you're the first one, you don't know what they're gonna have. Everyone else after you.
A little bit. Like especially in MMO, you're basically going in completely blind.
Go, Doc!
I don't know if that was worth the switch. Oh, alright, it was
really?
worth the switch.
That was the plan. That's what I was hoping for.
Yeah, but now it's gonna hit you with a flare.
Earthquake!
Oh. Oh no, that didn't do anything.
It did enough if I can get a hit. Oh, I'm alive.
He's gonna use.
Oh wait, leftovers.
Yep, and he's gonna use extreme speed.
Yep, there it is.
And that might be a KO. This extreme speed's pretty good.
It is pretty good.
Oof.
Yep.
It was going so well.
It went well for 2 seconds.
Arcanine is so bulky.
Yeah, it's pretty surprisingly bulky.
This thing probably outspeeds my water type, so I'm hoping to go with the fastest thing I have on my team.
Oof.
Nope, wasn't enough.
That's gonna hurt.
Live it, live it. Lives it.
I'm honestly impressed that you did.
Also, are you kidding me?
What did you expect? You better get that special defense drop, boy.
I hope I do. Nope. This is actually annoying.
Now you need.
It's scary. Maybe. You know what?
Well, I'm thinking about it. Let's see. Level was raised to 55.
Oh, cool. Technically, you could evolve a Dragonite now if you wanted to.
if you
Nope,
know,
still kills.
if we were able to catch it. Good. Yeah, at least it'll take recoil damage. Not much, but it'll take it.
What do you mean catch it? Just go to Celadon and buy one.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
Well,
Remember the days when you could buy Pokemon?
Remember the days when you can actually use a slot machine in a Pokemon game?
Damn you, Europe.
oh wait, I'm faster. What am I doing?
I was gonna wait to tell you, but I didn't want to.
I mean, the Arcanine I have is pretty fast, so I was concerned.
Nah.
I've also never used a Starmie before, so I don't know what to expect from it.
We don't have gambling because of Europe, Chris.
Enter the energy ball. Oh, is that why? Some European something or other?
Yeah,
There's an energy ball.
gambling is illegal to children in Japan, so they took it out of the games. If they kept it in the games, it would have been the game ratings higher, which means less sales.
So what does that have to do with Europe?
Because that's because of Europe. Because the rating in you can't gamble to children. You can't let children gamble.
The thing is, though, the slot machines in Pokemon aren't even a typical slot machine.
Yeah, but
it isn't
it's
just pull the lever and hope you get it. You literally have the power at each individual.
yeah, but it's still
spot.
considered gambling.
See, no, that's where it stops being like the game's problem and where it starts being the problem of shitty parents.
Well, that's not even parents' fault on that one. That's just the country.
It is, actually. It is, because when I played the early games and even the later ones where slot machines were still implemented, I had decent enough parental guidance to understand that it was in the context of a game and I wasn't supposed to go and gamble my allowance on shit that I knew I couldn't win.
Which, by the way, I'm gonna steam this conversation back to SAO for a second because I found out because I found the source for it. It was,
Alright, we'll save it for next time, NJ. We'll see you guys next time when Chris battles Blaine.
No!